What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for a follow-on update regarding Randout Kolo Muani, and a positive one, being the bearer of good news for once regarding injury news. And Alistair Gold has confirmed that Kolo Muani has indeed fractured his jaw, but a reasonably positive diagnosis shows that it does not require surgery, so should be less than the speculated 6 to 8 weeks recovery time. So nothing, no like figure put on it in terms of the recovery time, but you know, better than the 2-3 months worst prognosis that we heard before.
Yeah, that's really, really positive, because I was worried that this could potentially be the beginning of the end of his loan spell at Tottenham. I was starting to worry about that and whether he'd ever score a goal in the Tottenham shirt. So the fact that it doesn't require surgery, hopefully it'll be less than 6 weeks. As you say, there's no time frame on it, so it could well be up to 6 weeks anyway, and that's still going to be a significant time out. And we've got a lot of games coming up, and he was obviously starting to be our regular starting striker, so the fact he's going to be missing, taking that momentum away from him, just as he was building his fitness, is still gutting. But the fact it doesn't require surgery is massively positive, and let's hope he's back before the new year.
Yeah, so obviously those are the results from meeting the specialist today. So does that confirm then that we can't change him out? We can't take him out of the European squad?
No, you can. It just, if we do, he has to be out for 2 months, 60 days. So you can take him out, yeah, temporarily. Right.
Don't you have to be injured for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, but you don't have to be out for that amount of time. You can be injured. I guess I don't really know how exactly it works when it comes to, do they need a doctor's note or something saying he's going to be out for this long? But even if he recovers quicker than the time, if he's injured, you can't put him back in till that time period is up.
Judging by our medical history, Spurs' kind of medical team's history, and you know the amount of times we said it's just a knock, he's going to be back in this amount of time, and he's not. Do you think it might be worth taking him out and putting in Matisse Tellin anyway? Because, like, do you buy what they're saying?
I mean, knowing our luck, he'll probably walk into a door or something and fracture it even more.
To be fair, this isn't our medical team; it's a specialist, so that's more positive, I guess.
Yeah, and look, it's not exactly this. This isn't an update saying it's not significant. He has fractured his jaw, so that is a significant injury.
The positive thing is that he just doesn't need surgery.
Yeah,
that's the positive thing.
That's positive, that it's not as bad as it could have been, essentially, but it's still pretty severe. So I guess we'll wait to hear from Frank and the other specialists to see exactly the time frame. He's saying it should be less to 6 to 8 weeks, but does that mean it definitely will be? Who knows, really? And maybe it's still, I believe, without surgery, it's still speculated to be between 4 and 6 weeks, wasn't it? So it's still quite a while out. So if let's say it is 6 weeks, what games does he miss?
So in 2 weeks' time, we're playing Arsenal, so that's 2 weeks, and then we'll miss PSG. Fulham will be another week, so that's 3 weeks. Newcastle's midweek. Brentford will be 3 weeks. No, Brentford will be 4 weeks.
6 weeks takes him to the 29th.
Okay.
Of December.
Okay. So he'll miss every game in the calendar year. So Arsenal, PSG, Fulham at home, Newcastle away, Brentford at home, Prague at home, Forest away, Liverpool at home, Palace away, Brentford away, Sunderland at home. No, sorry, just Palace. Palace will be the last one.
What do we do if... So let's say this is true and he's out till the new year. And let's say we hear from Frank, okay, Solanke is going to be fit in January, and they both come back to full fitness in January. What do we do with the striker situation? Do we sign one?
What, if they're both going to be fit going into January?
Yeah. But as well, there's that element, but it's like they're going to take time to build their fitness. Are they going to start firing? When they're going to start playing at their best? All that kind of stuff. But if I told you January 1st, they're both going to be back available in full team training, what do we do?
I think it depends what kind of striker we can get through the door. Like, if it's a striker that's definitely better than those guys, then yeah, I would say bring one in. If it's not, and it's just someone on the same level or worse, then I think there's no point. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I think you need to bring someone of genuine quality if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, but let's say, would you sign one permanently?
Depends who's on the market. It all depends on who the player is. If it's someone that's that we all think, and that has proven that he's going to be better than the current strikers that we've got.
Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney, no, I wouldn't want to sign Ivan Toney permanently anyway. I think a 6-month loan deal is the only thing that makes sense for him. And yeah, I'll bring him in. I'll bring him in on loan, 6 months.
I'm going to say big money. They can only if it's big money deal, permanent.
No, I wouldn't sign Toney permanently. Look, the guy's 29 years of age. I think that if we were to sign Toney in a year or two, we're going to look to move him on anyway. I think I'll bring him on 6 months. If he can really prove himself in those 6 months and he's banging in goals for fun, then yeah, I'd look to sign him permanently. But, you know, he's had a couple of years in Saudi now. Or is it a couple of years? A year and a half? I don't know how long it's been.
This is his second season.
Yeah. So, I don't know what kind of...
difficult situation that we find ourselves in. Because... even right now, there's people calling, obviously, for us to sign a striker. This is before the Muani news, and this was given expecting Solanke to be fit sooner than he has been. So, you know, I can expect if they're going to be, like, let's say these guys are out to the new year, I guarantee the clamour for us to sign a striker if Rishi continues the form he's on.
But it's the same. It's the same thing as the centre back thing from last season. We were all clamouring for a centre back, and as soon as we signed one, the other two players were fit, and Dragusin barely got a game. So, ideally, I do want a striker that's better quality than what we've got, but that player needs to be available, and we need to be able to get a player that's better than what we got. I think that's what it all comes down to, in my opinion. Yeah,
it's going to be hard to find that. Maybe Vlahovic, potentially, one of the failing strikers at Juve. David and Openda, they're both not really... Maybe there's something like that we could do, or maybe even a loan deal.
If I gave you the choice of Vlahovic or David, who are you taking?
Think I would take... I think I'll take David.
Really? I think I'll take Vlahovic, you know?
I'll take David.
I don't know. I think I'll take Vlahovic.
Tough. I don't know. It's very 50-50.
Yeah. But let us know, who would you take? I mean, this is completely hypothetical, but who would you take, either Vlahovic or David?
I think the best course of action, if this what I'm saying does come to pass, we try and find a loan deal with the striker, just so, like, it covers you in case one of them or both of them don't ever... It takes them time to get to full fitness, you know, and it's a struggle to get them scoring goals again.
What about if Igor Thiago keeps banging in the goals up until January, and let's say, for argument's sake, we could get him for like between 50 and 60 million? Would you take that?
No. Why? Because he had a good 6 months. I'm going to spend good 60 million on him. I don't think. I'm not sure about that.
I mean, the reality with him is that he's got goals everywhere he's been, and the Premier League is just another continuation of that.
I don't know. I'd spend 60 million on Jan. That seemed like too much of a panic buy to me. Just for what he said. I know he's good. I like him. He's doing well, but just for a good 6 months in the Premier League, I don't know if I'd do that. But he could be on. Could potentially be on.
If he keeps going in this trajectory, goals, by the time January comes, he could be 10 to 15 goals. It's nothing to be sniffed at.
I mean, yeah, I know that is. He's not Chris Wood, but he hasn't got that yet.
He's not Chris Wood. You know what I mean? Like, he's a proper player.
What's wrong with Chris Wood?
He's like 37.
Yeah, but he's a proper player, isn't he?
No, Chris Wood's a proper player, but you don't want to sign him. You know what I mean? No. I would sign Igor Thiago. So, I don't know. I think, look, it all comes down to quality of the player and availability of a player in January. But I would like to sign a striker. But those players are hard to come by in January. That's the reality.
Yeah, I envisage us not signing one. But I think this could change things, these injury problems that we're having. I think that if they're all fit, I don't think there's any chance we're getting some. But because they're all having all these issues, and also I don't know what is going on with Solanke at the moment. We'll see after the international break, but there's no even guarantee he's going to be fit for that. So
the thing that worried me is when Frank said, hopefully we'll see him in 2025. I mean, he did not sound confident.
No, he's like, hopefully, maybe. I was like, okay, wow, Jesus.
I know.
You're not even definitive on that.
I know.
Like, how bad is this problem? It was a little knock on his ankle. He kicked the ground or something, apparently. And now he's been out. I mean, didn't he do the same last season? Just before the Everton game, he took a shot, kicked the ground, and was out for 2 months. Yeah. And then the same things happened this summer. Stop kicking the ground, Dom. What's going on? Kick the ball.
Frustrating, very frustrating. But yeah, look, we do have other strikers that we can call upon. Dane Scarlett, Matisse Tell, and it's time for these guys, because they're going to get minutes now. They're going to have to. And it's time for them to step up.
But it's just, yeah, we wait so long for Muani to get that fit again, and now here we are. So
Yeah.
we're going to have that long wait again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, I just wonder, these problems, are we going to look back at his loan spell with all these issues, and he's not going to, like, hit the ground running potentially second half of the season because he's recovering all this kind of stuff? And is it going to be a case of what could have been? That's what I'm concerned about with Muani now.
He's going to cook second half of the season.
I hope you're right, and I really hope so. And we've already seen he could be a good player, but we've seen so little of him. It's a case of, like, can we rely on him to be a goal scorer for us at this point? I don't know. It's like so difficult.
Yeah, it was all up in the air right now, that's for sure. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, how things progress. But at least there's somewhat positive news and not as bad as maybe what it could have been. That we were talking this morning when we did the first update, 2 to 3 months. If it was like a fracture in multiple places. Luckily, it's not. Luckily, he doesn't need surgery. So it's just a waiting game now, and we'll see what happens. But that is the update on Randall Kolo Muani. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do Spurs need a striker in January? Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.